DJPK, it is time for Hot Takes or Toast. The question of the day. Giannis Antetokounmpo is big game. Should the Jazz go big game hunting? Cody is on board. Yes, with an exclamation point. He's got a lot of enthusiasm for a 31-year-old with calf problems. No one else really does. It's pretty heavy on the nose here, PK. Nope, they'll have to give up at least 3 of the young guys in Lowry plus a draft pick to get him. And then who are we putting around him?
Okay, but then why would DA say they were going big game hunting? Because that would be something you would do no matter who it is. He's the latest big gamer to be out there. But if you're going to go big game hunting, wouldn't that require basically the same types of packages, interchange a few individuals here and there? I understand that. But the premise being that if you want to go big game hunting, you're going to have to give them something else. And that's just the way it works. So how's that any different from any? So then basically, this is not particular. We're using
Giannis as an example.
Because he's the latest.
Yep.
But it is more about the idea of doing it. You're complaining about the team not winning, blah, 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 and all of a sudden these young players in marketing become untouchable?
That doesn't really make any sense, nor do I believe they're untouchable.
I know, but you said most of the folks there, them folks is stupid.
Jeremy, too old.
31.
Jared, no! Stick with the plan. Hashtag tank on.
See, now all of a sudden, yeah. And they complain about it, and now, whoa, man, yeah, I don't know about giving up this guy. That's a little bit of incongruence.
I think a good question we should not gloss over that you just asked is why would Danny Ainge talk about the big game hunting? Because while Giannis isn't the biggest game, he's big game.
He is big game.
He's still big game.
Yeah.
And I think the answer to that is, well, look at where the team was when he said it, and look where the team is now. And I think that when he said that, I think he thought they'd be further along now. They haven't been able to make trades.
Without making trades?
I think he thought they'd be further along, maybe because of trades or maybe because they'd hit in the draft and got someone who's really good right out of the gate. You know, Oklahoma City and San Antonio are winning with pretty young guys. But the Jazz guys aren't that good at that age. The Jazz young guys are more projects long-term. So I don't know if he thought, hey, we're going to hit on a guy who's going to be able to come and play at a really high level at 22 years old. Or if he thought, hey, we're going to be hitting on guys in the draft, but I'm also going to be able to make a trade or two to move this thing along. And neither one of those things has happened. They haven't made trades that have sped up the timeline, which I really thought they were going to. Of all the things I've been wrong about over the last 4 years, including superstars and starting centers, man, have I been wrong about that. I thought Trader Danny was going to come in and be able to make trades, and the league's kind of locked up by money apparently. So that has not happened.
That applies across to everyone then.
Yeah,
it's not just him.
Well, there've been some quiet trade deadlines in that. So you got that, and then if they'd gotten the 1 or 2 pick and had somebody who was really good, who was more of a finished product, but I mean these guys are huge projects, if that. Maybe they just miss or they're role players.
I think part of the reason it's their own fault that the process hasn't moved along more. I mean, you basically had George playing even, if not behind, Clarkson and Sexton last year. Why? It made no sense. Those guys weren't going to go anywhere.
Well, they were out of town in a giveaway trade.
They're not going to take you
They're not
anywhere.
going to take the Jazz anywhere, 100%, yeah.
And Sexton, he's a bowl of energy and all, but he didn't even start on a losing team. I mean, what is he? He's a
guy, when you don't have a good bench, you put him out there and tell him, let's trade buckets while you play while we rest the starters, and that's I think, going to be his role.
He's never won anything.
Nope.
He's never been on a playoff team.
He is not. He and Markkanen are 1-2 in the league. Most games played with active, not all time, but
so in a sense they stifled the development of George by having these other guys on the team. And John Collins, why? you hung on to him too long. You're asking for a first-round pick? Ford Scally said he wanted to be a running back. And Kyle said, well, I want to play center field for the Angels.
What a great conversation.
And neither one of them was going to happen. Move to defensive back, son.
Go be all conference.
And you'll blow up.
Go be the conference MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
have a perfect season.
I want first-round picks for everybody, but you're not going to get them. So they need to take accountability. Why'd you wait so long?
Because they always thought they were going to get something, and they didn't. And you can go back to moving Mike Conley. Same thing. Get on with it. Are you going to get that much?
Right.
But you start 10-3 with him, and then you've wrecked where you fall in the draft order.
Yeah, I'd have to go back. I don't even remember where they fell in the draft order there and who was available and who wasn't available. I'm just looking at the guys on the team now, and maybe George would be further along, although you could argue, well, whoop-de-doo, is he going to make any more wins? He's further along. He's still only 22. He's progressing at a good clip. That's what matters the most. I don't know that I thought they were going to be further along. I can't say, yeah, nor can I say, oh, my gosh, they should be where they want to be. Or they should be closer to where they want to be. Because the fact is, you're going to have to hit on 3 drafts. Unless you get the ultimate dude at the top. But that ultimate dude, you didn't. Maybe the closest to the ultimate dude is Big Vic.
Yeah.
But that's only one of 3. So
right, and they ended up drafting 1, 2, and 4. They had 2 other really high picks.
You're talking to the Spurs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with Castle and with Harper.
And those,
now,
but those are nice players, but we don't know what they are.
No, but you put them around Big Vic, and you develop a few other guys, and look at them. They're 32 and 15.
Right.
But they drafted one.
But they also traded for De'Aaron Fox.
They did.
And they got some veterans there.
Yep.
Johnson's a veteran. So I don't know that. And those are ping pong balls breaking your way.
Yeah.
How do I criticize the Jazz because ping pong balls didn't break their way? That doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
The one year they tried it, literally the worst record ever.
They slid back to 5.
Yeah.
They didn't get 1, 2, or 4.
Right.
And the Spurs got all of those things.
Yeah.
So luck is part of the equation.
Right. So I can't hold them accountable for bad ping pong balls.
The Spurs going to get you don't know the order the stuff is going to happen in, so you kind of have to strike when the opportunity is there. So maybe that's part of the logic of bringing in some of the veterans. Why go acquire Collins? Well, he's a much better player than he shows. You get him, you get somebody up, but they didn't get their Wembanyama to go, so you got to move on from Collins then and just move on.
Well, Collins was worth a try.
Yes, because they gave up so little, and
right.
he'd been really good, and then it wasn't making sense, but it wasn't working. Clearly, it wasn't working in Atlanta.
And he's okay.
Yeah.
He's on a winning. Oh, well, not winning yet, record-wise.
It'll be on a winning team soon.
Yeah.
But again, he has to have the star player there. He's not good enough to
he's not.
Carry him.
He's not.
But he's a good piece.
And maybe
when you have
DA
Kawhi.
thought that he could get something for him. It was worth a fly.
Yeah, I did think a little bit of the old flipping houses thing. Some people buy houses not to live in them, but
right.
Hey, we're going to fix it up and we're going to flip it. And I thought John Collins kind of fits that. He's the house you buy that, hey, we can fix this house up and it'll be worth something.
Yeah, and so they didn't necessarily make money, but they didn't lose money.
Nope. What they lost was a little bit of playing time that could have gone to somebody else. But would that have moved anyone along? I mean.
Well, at his position, no.
Right.
Because who do they have that was deserving?
Well, even playing positionless basketball and just saying one of the bigger players and you can slide guys around.
Who?
I know. I mean, it's Markkanen, who they're trying not to play. It's Kessler, who's been hurt, so that stops everything.
And those guys were playing.
Yeah.
And Hardy doesn't think enough to play Hendricks in a blowout.
Yeah, Hendricks had a year where he was hurt, so whatever Collins played last year, that didn't matter. Hendricks couldn't play.
Right.
And now he's clearly struggling. And Cody was struggling big time last year, so
right.
They've never had enough bigs that it mattered that much.
Right. It's more the guard line.
Yeah.
But George has made such significant strides that that's okay.
And I don't know that it was the playing time that really unlocked him. I mean, certainly that helps and all that, but his attitude is so different. Whatever he did for, counseling.
But that's
summer.
fine. But you have to have progression, and he has seen improvement,
massive,
and so that has instilled more confidence in him.
Yep, and that feeds into the
right. But you have to have the opportunity. It's a chicken and egg. What comes first? And so I think he goes into the season knowing I'm going to get more time because the two guys that took my time away are gone. So before the first ball went up in the first game, he had more confidence because he knew my time is now. He knew it. And I think that led, and then he had success, and then you build upon that, and away you go, and you got something there.
So if Giannis was, if we move this kind of deal, because we're looking at what kind of big game hunting will they do, at what point? If Giannis were 3 years younger and hadn't had a series of calf injuries. Now, there's nobody like that available right now, so I guess what does that matter? But what does it take to trigger them to do something?
To me, he's good enough to try to get. You look at reading all the stuff. Oh, the Warriors have the best package. 4 unprotected firsts and Butler, and we'll give you Kuzma and Yanni. Why is the Warrior? Why is that the best? If that's the best package,
then they're not going to do anything now, and this is going to play out into the summer.
That's not a good package.
Right.
You're worried about a 31-year-old? Butler, by the time next season plays, when he'll be back, he'll be 37. And he's been somewhat of a malcontent.
There have been multiple places where he's ended up unhappy at some point.
Yeah.
3 so far.
And that's the best package?
Minnesota, Philly, and Miami. I don't know. I don't know that there is a good enough package out there. And the Knicks, maybe? Can the Knicks put something together? It seems like it has to be a team that is close enough to winning because you just can't sit around and wait. I mean, the Jazz aren't that close to winning. He's 31 now, but they're not going anywhere this season. So I think he's got a December birthday, so he turns 32 in the middle of next season. And that'd be the first year. It's got to be a team that's closer.
32 doesn't bother me.
Giving up 4 draft picks? How many years you getting and how many years you giving up? Is it worth it? Or maybe people will sit around and the price comes down a little bit.
The price isn't very high to begin with.
4 first rounds? That seems high to me.
So you like the Warrior offer. I don't. I just said that's not good enough. Because the Warriors are talking about 4 unprotected first-round picks.
You want players, and this is where deals will be different because the players can speed things up. And to your point, Butler's not going to speed things up. Waiting for the draft picks. I mean, it's it'd be 4 picks, right? Every other year. So you're waiting 5 years to make a draft pick and 5 years for a guy to get better. I mean, that's a long way out.
Okay, so are the picks valuable or not?
Yes.
To the Jazz right now.
I think the picks right now have more value for the Jazz than if they use them on Giannis.
But you just told me I got to wait 5 years. So now I'm year 9 of this rebuild. No.
I think they'll trade the picks at some point, but not here. I get your point.
Yeah, I don't know who you're going to get anything that's better than Yanni.
They're dreaming championship, and he seems to be on the downhill slide of his career. Injuries are eating him up here. And he hasn't been great in the playoffs lately. I mean, they won the championship, but he hasn't been great in the playoffs lately when he's played.
And the picks that they have gotten them
nowhere.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So, and now I'm going to trade you more picks. So, I mean, everyone is frustrated with we're just waiting on some picks. And if it doesn't work this year, the hell with
it. They got to go for it next year. They got to just see how many games you can win next year. Play everybody as many times as they're healthy.
Yeah.
No more tanking.
Right, because if you don't get a top 3 pick this year, it's not going to happen. Because you're asking
and if it does
too much.
Yeah.
And if I'm Hardy, I'm out. If he's just such a brilliant coach that all these paid Jazz employees tell us he is, then get another job. Resign. When are we going to start winning? I'm out. Get somebody else in. I've had enough. I can only scream at these guys so much. And at that point, screaming at them some more, they're just going to tune me out.
Yep.
So it's now or never. That's the deal with Yanni. To go, he's not get on my back guy and I'm going to take you to the top, but he can make you better, particularly if you don't have to give up Markkanen or George. Is there anybody else that's really something that you've got to protect at all costs?
I can see where people would want Kessler.
Have him.
Yeah. But at all costs.
If I don't have to give up George or Markkanen, who cares?
DJ PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Coming up, Steph Curry. Where does he rank on the list of all-timers? We'll get to that at 8 o'clock. Stay with us.